Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is Shane Christie, who will fight on 5-9 fights, 118 October 19th. Hello Shane, how are you?
Doing good today. How are you doing?
I'm good. And in just a few days, you will be back in the cage against another undefeated prospect. So if you can tell me like a few days to your fight, do you feel more of the nerves or excitement that you will be back?
Um, I'm a little mixture of both because it's been almost a couple years now since I fought. So I'm getting a lot of the nerves, but a lot like even more excitement. Though just I'm excited to be back in the cage. So a little mixture of both.
And of course, your opponent is also a really good prospect. He's 3-0 right now. And
Yeah.
do you think that he can be like a threat for you in some areas of the game?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think he's pretty solid. Excuse me. I think he's pretty solid everywhere in his fighting game. But of course, I think I could beat him. But he's for sure probably my toughest opponent I've fought so far.
So I guess that because of the level of competition, you prepared for like 15 minutes of really good pace.
Oh yeah, of course. I always try to prepare for like even more than 15 minutes. I like my cardio to be able to go forever if I can. But yeah, I've been preparing good. I could fight for a long time if need be.
And actually, you are 2-0 right now. You finished two previous opponents, but you last fought in December of 2023. So, what was the reason behind such a long break?
Honestly, just injuries. So I was getting ready for a fight a little bit after that December fight, and then I had a labral tear in my shoulder, so I had to pull out of that fight. And then I was getting ready for another fight, and I ended up breaking my collarbone. So that set me back like another 4 months. And then, just had to rehab those, get back to normal, and then get a fight going. But I was trying to fight that whole time. It was just injuries that were holding me back.
So there was no thinking that it may be like really slow your career. So even more than like a 2 year break.
What was that?
Did you feel that it can like slower your career even longer than 2 years?
Oh yeah, man. It was kind of a bummer because I was just thinking about that. Like I could have had maybe 4 or 5 more fights in from if I didn't have to deal with those injuries and whatnot. If I could have got, a few a year, I could have been a lot further ahead. But I think it's also better that I didn't get those fights in, because it gave me some time to get a little older, get a little better. Just I would have been real young at the time. I would already had 6 fights or something like that. So. I'm not happy that that stuff happened, but I think it worked in my favor though at the end of the day.
And probably the advantage can be that like didn't train so much and you didn't eat like punches in your even like sparring session.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it helped, and then I also decided to bring my camp out to Arizona for this time around, so I'm training out here at the MMA lab. So it kind of gave me the opportunity to decide to do that, and I think that was a good step for me. So everything kind of worked out for me in the end.
So you train in one of the probably one of the best gyms in the world. They have like a ton of legends, ton of like really good prospects. And for this fight, who was your like main sparring partner or main sparring partners?
I didn't really have main sparring partners. I kind of just, get help from everyone in the gym. But everyone's good and solid though. I get good sparring from everyone. I've gotten the best sparring I've ever gotten in this last 5 months or whatever. Since s- like throughout my whole fighting career, like that's been the most solid training I've gotten. You know.
And in the main event of the show, there will be big title fight, Avalos against Alvarez. And do you think that maybe in the future you will fight against one of these fighters?
Oh, definitely, yeah. As long as they don't one of them don't end up going to like the UFC or something like that, and they continue to hold on to that belt. I think as long as I keep winning one or two more fights, that's going to be me and they're fighting him. So I think it'll happen soon enough, probably sometime next year.
And I think that actually especially like Cavalos, maybe when he will another fight, he may get like UFC call, but I think that in the end you would be like perfect guy for the title, or maybe you will be back in A1 combat because previously you also fought 2 times in this promotion as the pro.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to stick around at the 559 fights one and try to win that belt right there because that's like my home ground right there. So it would be nice just to stay right there and keep fighting in front of my people and stuff. But yeah, I definitely think that soon enough, I think no longer than the end of next year, I'll be fighting for that title.
And in last week, so the week before the fight, what is the toughest part of this time? Is it like maybe cutting weight, maybe just waiting to the fight?
Honestly, this time around, the weight cut's been like super easy for whatever reason. But I mean, I kind of took my diet a little more serious this time around. I started preparing further out, getting my weight down and stuff like that. So the weight cut really hasn't been wearing on me too much. Like I'm already 10 pounds within my weight right now and I'm fine. But I guess just like the anticipation and like waiting, just, like I said, it's been a couple years since I fought. So I just kind of got that voice in the back of my head, just like kind of wondering how it's gonna feel being back in there, just like, yeah, just the anticipation of waiting for the fight.
And do you use some maybe visualization technique before you go to the cage? So maybe the fight, maybe like going even going to the cage?
Uh, do you mean like visualization while I'm walking out or like
Uh,
as of right now?
no, right now, right now.
Oh yeah, so I do a lot of like running and stuff for my when I'm getting ready for fights. So I use my time while I'm running to for all my like visualization and stuff like that. I just try to imagine like what can happen, what could go good for me, what could go bad for me, all the things that I could do to win the fight. If I get in a bad position in the fight, how am I going to react to this? How am I going to react to that? So I just spend a lot of my time running, just thinking about the fight and thinking about my opponent and just how I'm going to win and if I get in bad positions, how I'm going to get out of them.
And in the perfect world, after this fight, when would you like to be back in the cage again?
I want to fight soon. I said it last time. The last time I fought, I told everyone I was going to be a little more active, and then that obviously didn't happen. I've spent the last 2 years off, so I think I want to get in the cage around January, February. I think would be good. Like take about a month and a half off, not off, but just like about a month and a half space between each fight. So that would land me like midway January, beginning of February, something like that, and I'd be happy with that as long as I come out healthy and everything.
That with a little bit being a little bit more active because lately you didn't fought, you definitely can be like 6-0 quite soon, and because of the fact that you will fight in a really good organization against really good prospects, you probably can get to the level that UFC would be interested in your taking you into the organization.
Yeah, definitely. I want to try to get 4 fights in 2026 and 4 fights 2027 and get my record up and then start looking at that. I want to make sure I'm very very like weathered outside of like the bigger promotions before I start, hunting for that because I don't want to be the guy that just tries to rush it there and then isn't ready for it and then you go in there, lose a few fights, and then you're out already. I don't mind fighting some guys on the regional scene for a while, and then slowly making my way to that because it's no big rush for me.
And in your amateur career and pro career, you lost only 1 time against the pre-Stewart. And when I like listen to the fighters, sometimes they are even a few years after the loss, they are focused to get it back, to take a revenge. And some fighters are thinking that it's no problem that the opponent was just better that night, and it's really doesn't matter. And in your case, would you be interested in like taking the rematch of the fight?
Like when the loss was fresh, I was feeling like that. I was like, man, because I thought like I could beat him. I was like, man, I wish I could get that one back, I'd fight him. I'd fight him again next month if I could. But now that I sat on it for a while and it's already gone by, he caught me that night, and it is what it is. I'm not looking for that win back. I mean, if we ever got lined up again, I would have no problem fighting him, but it's not something that I'm like actively wanting to do. And he still fights at 170, and then I'm down at 155 now, so it's just probably something that would never happen. So yeah.
Yes, but in the end, he's also a really good prospect. So I think that in the end, it's like definitely no shame, no problem with losing the fight, especially that it was an amateur fight. So I think that like everybody is more interested in just pro record.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and he's a good guy too. Like I have no shame in losing to him. He's done his thing and he's real good. And yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. And I think the loss helped me out a lot too, because at that time I wasn't like training any jujitsu or nothing like that. I was just had my wrestling, I already knew. And then I would of course like grapple a little bit, but I wasn't really getting into like all the submissions and like how to defend them and how to get to the submissions and all that stuff like that. So that loss kind of opened my eyes and made me go start training a little bit of jiu-jitsu and learning some stuff, and just made me better at the end of the day. So I feel like it sucks I had to lose, but I kind of needed it though to kind of set me straight a little bit and get me on the right path.
Yes, and after this, you won the fight by like a second round submission.
Yeah, yeah, that's what was cool about it, is that the very next fight I went in there and won by submission, and it was all the stuff that I had learned after I started going to those jiu-jitsu classes after that.
And I have one last question because there are a lot of like talks about like UFC White House card. And in your opinion, what should be the main event of the show?
Oh man, I'd probably like to see John Jones Tom Aspinall fight on that one. I think that was like a big fight that was really people were pushing for a while back, and then it's like you got the guy from America and you got the guy from England, so it kind of fits perfectly right there. But I mean, I don't know if it's realistic, but I would like to see it. And then it's two heavyweights, the biggest guys in the UFC, so that'd be fun to watch.
Yes, I would agree that's probably the best fight that can be can headline the card.
Is that the same one you would pick?
Yes, I think that this is the best one. I think that like you mentioned, the like historical reason is also there. So probably the best fight that UFC can put.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But we'll see what happens. I don't think it's really realistically a fight that could happen, but you never know.
Okay, Shane, so many thanks for the time and for conversation. I think that the fight definitely will be a good one because both of you are undefeated prospects. So I think that overall it can be really interesting fight, and I hope that you can build a really good winning streak after this fight, and you will become a champion quite soon.
Yeah, thank you.